Breaking news from July 31st, 2024. Acting Secret Service Director says he's ashamed after the Trump assassination attempt. Even the Secret Service's acting director was ashamed for their actions on that day. He was saying that Secret Service should have been more watchful of not just the crowd and whatsoever, but also of the roof. Especially if anyone had known about the roof too, but did not tell Secret Service about it, then also be ashamed of the ones who didn't tell them about it just the same because they did not do their own jobs properly either. They were saying as of July 31st, 2024, that it was all due to miscommunications unto law enforcement, especially unto those of the Secret Service. And someone said that they had recently visited the shooting site and laid down on the roof of the building where shots were fired in order to evaluate the gunman's line of sight during the July 13th shooting in Butler, Pennsylvania. And they said that they could not defend why that roof was not better secured. Neither the Secret Service counter sniper teams nor members of the former president's security detail had any knowledge that there was a man on the roof of the building with a firearm, someone said. It is my understanding those personnel were not aware the assailant had a firearm until they heard gunshots, and also said that the shooting amounted to a failure on multiple levels, including a failure of imagination and a failure to challenge our assumptions. We assumed that the state and locals had it, they said. We made an assumption that there was going to be uniformed presence out there, that there would be sufficient eyes to cover that there was going to be counter sniper teams in the building from whose roof the 20-year-old male gunman had fired shots. And I can assure you, they added to say that we're not going to make that mistake again. Someone said they had implemented multiple reforms since taking over as acting director last week, meaning the week prior to that of July 31st, 2024. The new acting director said that they will be now making improvements in areas, including to make sure that the Secret Service gets communications wheresoever they are assigned for duty. Trump was fortunate, and two others were injured, and two were unalived on that tragic day of Trump's rally. Local law enforcement officers had first observed a suspicious-looking man at the rally site more than an hour before the event, the 20-year-old male gunman, but say they had lost track of him. Shortly before the shooting, a local officer climbed up to the roof to investigate. The 20-year-old male gunman then turned and pointed his rifle at the officer, who retreated. Fall back. Even though text messages among local snipers revealed anxiety about the man, someone said the only thing the Secret Service knew at the time of the shooting was that law enforcement was struggling to overcome a difficulty or danger with a suspicious-looking man. No information regarding a weapon on a roof was ever passed to our personnel, someone said. At another point, he noted, it is troubling to me that we did not get that information as quickly as we should have. We didn't know that there was this incident going on. We didn't know that there was this incident going on. Isn't the fact that a former president was shot, that a good American is dead, that other Americans were critically wounded, Isn't that enough mission failure for you to say to the person who decided that that building should not be in the security perimeter? Probably ought to be stepped down, said a Republican. A top Republican on the Senate Judiciary Committee said if something like this happened in the military, a lot of people would be fired. And if a lot of people are not fired, the system failed yet again. They added to say nothing's going to change until somebody loses their job. The FBI, meanwhile, made known new details about the 20-year-old male gunman, with a deputy director saying a social media account believed to be associated with the gunman suspected in the assassination attempt supposed political violence and included anti-Semitic and anti-immigrant sentiment. The posts were from the 2019-2020 time frame when the 20-year-old male gunman would have been in high school. If it was the 20-year-old gunman's post, then so young for anyone to be talking about doing any kinds of violence unto anyone like that. Just so young. And now look at where it's gotten the 20-year-old male gunman to be today. If it was his account where they have found such posts, that is. Someone did not identify the social media platform, saying investigators were still trying to definitively determine that it belonged to the 20-year-old gunman. However, they pointed out that it was separate from an account on a different platform called Gab that was active in 2021. The chief executive of Gab posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, that the 20-year-old gunman's presence on that platform was consistent with being pro-Biden and in particular pro-Biden's immigration policy. Note from another source, pro-Biden's immigration policy is a temporary legal status for undocumented immigrants, giving them the ability to apply for green cards after a couple of years. President Biden's plan with this is to lighten enforcement on the public charge which previously denied immigrants green cards if they were to use government-aided services. For undocumented immigrants, if they have no proof to show that they are legal citizens in the USA, then how are immigrants now been proving themselves in the USA as legal citizens of the USA if they have no documented proof? I'm suspecting so much now are some of these people that do not have any proper documentation, like as the now born as USA citizens have. People that only just have to scan themselves for their information. Because if so, then is the USA now in support of that now, or trying to, if so? Because it says that pro-Biden's immigration policy is a temporary legal status for undocumented immigrants. So what all does that entirely supposed to mean? Because I now got me so very many suspicions now indeed, and they sure have been kept saying that they have been coming over as legal. On Monday, the one prior to the shooting, the FBI revealed that the 20-year-old gunman had looked online for information about mass shootings, power plants, made explosive devices, and the May assassination attempt of the Slovakian Prime Minister Robert Fico. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 21. Who know the spirit of man or woman that go upward, and the spirit of the beast that go downward to the earth? Yes, when any person dies, then there is a resting place where their spirit, breath of life, goes up from the ground of this earth. It is a holding place where they are all being held until judgment day. And I'm just going to say it the same way that my Jesus, Yeshua, explains it. When someone dies, now on this earth, they are then sleeping. They are as resting until judgment day. People have been firing weapons today because they are all so mad. But at the end of the day, does anyone want for anybody to get back them, pay them back in the same way that they had done? Well, it's still been happening all around the whole entire world today. I do not believe that anyone has the right to tell anyone today that they have no life, because it just doesn't make any good sense whatsoever for one to say that unto anyone, and it's just childish behavior that proves that they need to now properly grow up. The whosoever that would dare say so unto anyone henceforth. All life today is a gift, but some would choose to live even their own life as though they were meant to be cursed. Hogwash. Life is beautiful, even if anyone was to tell anyone that they have no life. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11. He had made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he has set the world in their heart, so that no man or woman can find out the work that the most highest one true God, Jehovah, Yahuwah, make from the beginning to the end. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 12 through 13. I know that there is no good in them, but for a man or woman to rejoice and to do good in his or her life, and also that every man or woman should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his or her labor. It is the gift of the Most Highest one true God, Jehovah, Yahuwah. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 14. I know that whatsoever the Most Highest one true God, Jehovah, Yahuwah, do, it shall be for always, ever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And the Most Highest one true God, Jehovah, do it, that men and women should fear with having much respect before him. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. That which had been is now, and that which is to be had already been. And the Most Highest one true God, Jehovah, Yahuwah, require that which is past. He requires everything because it's all from him, no matter what time period that it was given or obtained unto you. Acts chapter 12. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16 through 17. And moreover, I saw unto the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness, evil, sinful, wrongful, bad behavior, godless was there. And the place of righteousness, that bad behavior was there. I said in mine heart, the Most High is one true God, Jehovah, Yahuwah, shall judge the righteous and the wicked, evil, sinful, wrongful, bad behavior, godless, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 20 through 21. All go unto one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Who know the spirit of man and woman that go upward, and the spirit of the beast that go downward to the earth? Again, yes, when any person dies, then there is a resting place where their spirit, breath of life, goes up from the ground of this earth, whether if they believe so or not. It is a holding place where they are all being held until Judgment Day. And I'm just going to say it the same way that my Jesus Yeshua explains it. When someone dies now on this earth, they are then sleeping. They are as resting until Judgment Day. Now imagine the movie Poltergeist. Step into the light, Carolyn. The old woman, especially in the first and second Poltergeist movie, had expressed about someone being known as the Beast, the spirit of the beast. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 21. And in the third Poltergeist movie, Carolyn was being seen in the mirror playing with her toy. But when they had tried to get her to cross over, to come back to them, well, they had soon found out that it wasn't really Carol Ann there in the mirror playing with her own toy, but it was the Beast one, looking just like her own reflection. And then her face had changed suddenly and said to them with very different, very strong kind of voice saying, "Go away!" And then ran into her room, reflection in the mirror, and slammed the door. "Go away!" Moral from the Poltergeist movies for today: if you see anyone who has died appear now before you for only you to see and no one else in this year 2024 henceforth, then that is not there the spirit of someone that you had loved, whom now has died talking to you, but you're looking then at something very, very evil. And you will really then need to have the intelligence of someone then at that time. Though the movies Poltergeist, the first, second, and third one, all had a psychic, you will need then someone more than just a psychic of any kind. If you truly were to become to see anything like that going on in this world today and henceforth. And many people do love to play with them tarot cards now too, but it's all witchcraft within his sight. Karma, and you reap what you sow, is very, very real today. So therefore, any witch, warlock, workers of any witchcraft, iniquities, rebellions, you've all now been warned. Don't mess with any of his true peoples anymore. Capiche? Because you all no longer have any more rights to do so. Understand? Ephesians chapter 6 and Psalms chapter 91 is only for those who are now in right good standing with him, and not for any witchcraft or evildoers practitioners today and henceforth. Even if the practitioners are doing it all just for fun. All life is beautiful, even if anyone was to tell anyone that they have no life. Peace.